Okay, everyone. Good morning. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to model our timed AP Art fire right now. Here we go. So let's share screen. Great. Okay, everyone has a copy of this. I'm going to make a copy for myself. And in order to do this process, you need your AP Art portfolio out and contact sheets. As soon as you're done with this 20-minute fire write, you have sustained investigation work time. Here's a frame for you. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have out my contact sheet that I did during first semester to kind of make notes as I talk about and do a think aloud a lot about how I hone my sustained investigation. No need to talk during these 20 minutes. So I'll go to my drive and then I'll find my contact sheet. Where I've already completed my materials, processes, ideas, writing. So here's one example of a contact sheet that I've shared. Right. So you guys can go ahead and you can see what it looks like. And then here's my own contact sheet that I've been working on. So, and then make sure again that your inquiry question is posted at the top of your contact sheet. But you need to be really organized to do this. Wherever you are, this is an assessment grade. You need to stop and you need to do this written evidence. Okay, so I have all my different piece numbers here. So my sustained investigation explores the idea of finding beauty within woe as I explore a variety of landscapes within the Michigan and Los Angeles coast, right? Which is very broad. So as I continue to develop my SI, I'm going to hone it. I chose to investigate this question through oil paintings of strong values that create a lot of visual movement. My SI it narrows as I explore how to create this beauty through an exploration of portraiture and landscapes containing my students. So, and then I could continue to rewrite and hone it and go back. Through my exploration, I have found, so like, this is where we, like list any sort of discovery. And I should have stopped and emphasized like that in this writing, you don't want to get too like touchy-feely and conceptual. You really want to talk about your process, your MPI, what are the materials, what is your process? So look at the hints up above, right? So think about your process and describe how it was different or unique in specific ways. So you can go ahead, highlight on your packet as you do this. So what was different about your process, right? What is really important in your head that you want the judges to know? Like, what did the judges need to understand about your SI? And remember, you want your SI to stand out, right? Now, don't obsess about it being perfect. Just you should be typing right now. Did you and did you reference any famous or current artists? So this is when you talk about your research and any sort of isms, right? Mention and say how piece numbers was influenced by them. So you can actually talk about which pieces were influenced with each artist. So the more specific you are, the better. So you need to reference pieces. Any major elements and principles you want to point out to the judges in your work. So remember, if you're 2D, right, which is most of you, 9 of you, then you have to reference like your principles of design. Okay, so what are the principles of design that you're using? Any works you messed up and redid or revised. This is huge. You need to name how you revised, right? And I'll go ahead and I'll call that. So through my exploration, I have found, really talk about what you discovered. That landscapes containing my students with their woe makes the West Coast just as bitter sweet as the lakes within Michigan, right? So my sustained investigations were saying the idea exploring the idea of finding beauty within Willows. Okay, yes, I chose to investigate. Very good. I'm not very happy with this, but like I can hone it later, right? But this is kind of what I did through my MPI. So I have my different landscapes, but then I see, can I bring these landscape qualities, this very thick oil painting to oil paintings within Los Angeles, right? So as I look through here, I can reference, like I made this discovery of joy versus woe as I developed this like piece of finding joy within this Los Angeles landscape right here. So in my sustained expression investigation, I expressed the idea that joy can be discovered in little moments of woe within my students' narratives. I especially focused on issues like, so describe how I narrowed my SI, right? What is my expert focus area, right? Like moments, issues, like capturing simple moments of beauty, where two human beings are discovering joy regardless of woe. In peace. Okay, so I'm gonna go right away in my SI and talk about piece 15, right? So I'm gonna kind of like talk about the ending before the beginning, right? So in pieces, number 15 and pieces number 14, I used high contrasting values to establish visual movement and brush stroke rhythm. I can stop that the copies if you need me to. Brush stroke rhythm in order to intentionally move the viewer's eye around the page, right? So this is tricky because within a short amount of time, you need to talk about multiple pieces, right? So furthermore, in piece, so see how I'm jumping back and forth between my contact sheet and my slide? In a third piece, how do you experiment, revise, discover, and hone your investigation? So in piece number 13, I made the discovery that reflections and shadows can emphasize the notion that beauty can be found within hidden tragedy. Now I can go into depth here and talk about how this, purple house, symbolizes trauma and tragedy and how that creates beauty, but I don't have time, right? So you have to think carefully about like, you need to talk about your whole journey within a certain amount of time, right? So I need to jump into another piece, right? Talking about my SI, right? Now you may want to gently talk about materials, processes, and ideas, like how you revised in Procreate, right? So I can go ahead and do that. Definitely, what piece number is this? Piece number 10. So furthermore, in piece number 10, one second, guys. Okay, I need to stop here, but I can go ahead and I can talk about, I would go ahead and continue to write, how I made discoveries with contrast and I made revisions, like actually name how you made revisions in Procreate and your process of how you took photos, revised, and combined multiple images.